Hi guys, welcome to another episode of 2-Minute Tools for Writing Better Songs. Today we're going to start breaking down the theory behind what makes a great melody. Now the theory or the ideas we're going to discuss today are a little basic, but I always find even if you're kind of comfortable with these ideas, it's always great to get it back down to the basics. Because after all, if we don't understand and have a great grasp of the basic rules, then how do we ever expect to develop? It's our foundation, right? Having said that, if you feel comfortable with these things we're going to discuss today, then feel free to move on to the next episodes where we'll be talking and applying these techniques into the context of writing melodies. Today, it's really important that you get in front of a piano or a keyboard or a guitar, or you just sing along. Make sure you sing along because, as I've said in earlier episodes, it's so important that you can hear and physically sing and experience what's on the page or just what's in your head or what you're thinking. It's so important that you can do that and develop that skill as a songwriter. We're going to start by singing through the C major scale. Don't worry if you can't read these notes on the piano or the guitar. It's really not a problem. It's all about feel. If I sing through the C major scale here, and you can see me playing along if you're unsure in the piano roll here. What I'm going to do is do exactly the same thing, but I'm going to sing every note as a number, and we're going to go up to 8 and back down to 1, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now what this does, if you get used to singing melodies and scales as numbers, what that does is it gets you used to breaking them down and really kind of crafting your melodies into bigger structures, into much better structures. The idea here is that every number or scale tone in any key or any scale has different strengths or different characteristics, if you like. And it's most of it is based off this idea of what's called the triad. And the triad is a type of chord, the most basic kind of chord, that's just derived from these notes. So in a C major chord triad, what we've got here, if we break it down, you can see the piano roll below. We've got C, which is the 1. We've got E, which is the 3. And we've got G, which is the 5. Now, if you understand this concept, 1, 3, 5, that spelling of the triad chord, then this becomes super easy. This diagram becomes very digestible. The idea behind that is that those notes of the triad of the chord are the strongest notes of the scale. And within that, they have different strengths themselves. So 1 here, the C, is the strongest resolve. It gives the biggest sense of finish within a melody or within a scale. That's the reason why when we get to the end, it sounds finished, right? Because it's the strongest resolve. The next one is actually the 5 in the triad, which is, in this case, the G. That has the second strongest sense of finish. The third one is the 3, the E in this case, has the third strongest sense of resolve. Now, in between these notes, you'll probably have noticed that we have quite a few numbers and unresolved tones. If we look at the first one, the 2, that's what it sounds like. If we look at the second one, the 4, or F, we look at the 6th one, A, is unresolved as well. And then B is very unresolved. It provides an extra sense of unfinished. It kind of makes the listener want more. It makes it want to resolve. And that's the whole idea of why this theory is so important in songwriting. For example, if we were to make a melody on just the 1 and 3 and 5, You can hear, particularly when I start on the 1 and end on the 1, it kind of sounds dull. There's not much movement. And that's the whole idea of these unresolved tones. And when you balance unresolved tones with strong resolved tones, you get the strongest melodies. Because it gives you... It gives you a sense of movement. And within that, extra to that as well, is what you're really trying to do with songwriting, particularly melody, is make the listener want more. And that's not exclusive to melody, but with melody, you can definitely create that sense of yearning, that create the sense of wanting to hear more, particularly when it comes to resolving these tones, okay? For example... And this is another key element as well to understanding this, is that the unresolved tones have a tendency to resolve to certain tones. For example, the 2 here, the D, will usually resolve in melodies to the 1. Okay, you can hear it sounds very finished when I do that. And the 4, similarly, wants to resolve down to the 3, like that. And the 6, again, wants to resolve down to the 5. The 7 is a little bit different. As I say, it's very unresolved. It kind of has the most tension with that 1, okay, at the bottom. And it's different because it resolves up, usually to the 8 or the 1 again. Remember that within any given scale or key, the 1 is always the same as the 8. And what I mean by that is, once you play this C down here and go all the way up, the C at the top is technically the 1 again because we start again. And if I was to carry on, I could count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Okay? Anyway, guys, that is the basic theory. As I say, what we're going to do in the next episodes, once you have a good grasp of this, is to break down some popular songs and look at how this technique has been used to create super strong melodies, really rememberable melodies that make the listener want to hear more. And that's the key here. That's how we apply this rule to our songwriting and improve our songs with it. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have on this or go into any more detail. I'll put some links below with some good theory, some good resources. But anyway, guys, on to the next video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Happy songwriting. Have a great day.